come to where you at. Go around and end up your last. I won't hold back. Yeah. I won't hold back. This time. I won't hold back. I won't.
What's up, Most Wanted Squad? So today I'm going to be doing a story time of how I ended up at the school that I am currently at right now. So, yeah. Let's just get right into the video. So, technically, I got kicked out of my old school because, like, it was just dragging on. Like, I was getting in trouble since, like, third grade. Before when the school turned around. And I was constantly getting in trouble. I kept getting into fights. I just kept on getting in trouble constantly every day. So then, yeah. Hold on, guys. Somebody text me, so I'm gonna have to text them back because it's very important right now. So I'll be back. I'm back, guys. So like I was saying, I was constantly like getting in trouble. Okay, so this like back in 2016, I started school, and it was like in 5th grade I was still getting in trouble too. Like it was like most of this stuff, like I felt like most of this stuff came from my best friend, but like I decided to get in some of the drama too, but and then like these things, like it just kept going and going and going. And so like once I like hit that point to where it's like 6th grade, I felt like I was gonna be done with the drama because it was like coming from 5th, 4th. I thought I was gonna be done with the drama. But once I had 6th grade in the beginning of the year, I was doing good. I was doing fine. And then it was like my best friend had got into a fight. And I was gonna get kicked out. They was planning to kick me out in 5th grade because of what I was doing. It was just so much drama I was in. So much drama. And then like when I had hit 6th grade, I thought I was gonna be done with it, but my best friend had got into a fight. It all started because the girl had hit my best friend with a ball and she didn't apologize to her. But from what I was told, that she did apologize to her after the whole fight and everything was over. And I felt dumb and stupid because I didn't know. But the point was that she had hit my best friend, and then she hadn't apologized to her, and they kept getting into it in class, and they just went to fight at the school. So me being me, I was gonna record at first, but then once the fight started happening, they started fighting. She got my best friend on the ground. I dropped my phone in my book bag and I jumped in. And I started hitting her. I grabbed her by the head and I just started hitting her in the back of the head. And then, like, once that was over, nobody, this girl had came up to, once the fight was over, it was over, and then we started walking, and that's when the ESP had came to me, and they was, like, an ESP is like one of them type of people that's in your school, like a security guard, but they had came to me and they was like, what happened? Do you get the video? And I said, no, I don't get the video. But I had half of it, but I just didn't want to tell them. So they took my phone and they typed in my password, and I didn't want to tell them. And then that's when somebody came and got my best friend, which is her birthday, and they came down. And then it was this lady that was trying to help me, saying that I was breaking up the fight, because at first I was. But then once I started shit, I got my best friend on the ground. I had hit her, and that was just that, period. And then this girl had came around the corner, and then that's when she started talking about, oh, Malik had jumped in. Oh, they said she had put a fat knot on her. I ain't put nothing on. I swear to God, I can merch. I ain't put nothing on her head. If anything, that was my best friend that did that to her. But I mean, if I did, I did. Oh well. But you should, like, I know it wasn't my fight or nothing, but like that was just, it was something calling me to jump in. But what I was saying was like, yeah. So then, the next day, I was so nervous throughout the rest of that day. Nobody called home. Nobody called home. Nobody called my mama that day. So the next day, when I went to school, I came in a building. Nothing was really seeming like I was going to get in trouble. I came in a building. It was this lady sitting downstairs at the like it's this couch area we had in my old school, and you could sit. No, it was these chairs. And you could sit. It was this lady. She was staring at me, and I didn't figure who she was, but she didn't know me neither. She was staring at me. So I looked at her back, and then when I had turned the corner, I was like, what was she? And then I went up the stairs, and I went up to my classroom. And when I came in the classroom, I sat down. People was just looking at me, and they was like shaking their head. And then that's when I started getting into an argument. Me and this girl had a disagreement. She was like, "Why would you jump in?" And I was like, "Because I wanted to." And I was like, if you, I was like, if y'all get into a fight, she wouldn't jump in." And she was like, "No, because I know my sister wouldn't lose." And I was like, "Okay, but I'm saying, what if your sister would lose?" She was like, "No, I said, okay, whatever. That's you. That's you. I'm me. I'm not you, baby. I do what I feel, and I feel what I do. Unless if I said it right." But like I was saying, and then this boy had yelled to the teacher. He was like, "Ooh, he had jumped into a fight. He had jumped into a girl fight." And the teacher was like, "Oh, really? Whatever." Then that's when the ESP came and got me out of the classroom and asked me who else got the fight. And I told them the person name. I'm not gonna say their name on camera, but I told them who got the fight. And then that's when they went to go get the person they showed them fight. And they sent me to the dean's office, and they sat me in there. And they sent me with one of my favorite ESPs, and I will always carefully do. He sat in there. He was talking to me, telling me like what was really gonna go down. He was keeping it 100% real with me. They was like, if they was like, they're gonna call the police because I'm gonna want to press charges against me for hitting her door. And then he was like, they was gonna call the police. He was like, I'm gonna try to do my best to see what I can do for you. And they sent me in a room, and then we was talking, and then he had to go downstairs, and then he he sent me to go to the technology room with the tech teacher by myself with her, and she was asking me like what happened. I told her what happened, and then finally he came back and got me, and he took me down to the refocus room, and then that's where everything went from there. So like I sat down. They was talking to me again. They was like, do you feel like you have the right to like put your hands up? Like, do you go around with the mindset that you're a girl and you can hit a girl? And I was like, no. But I feel like, and then that's when they called my mama. They called my mama. They tried to call my daddy because my daddy a police officer. And it was like if they couldn't get into contact. If they was like if they couldn't get in contact with neither one of my parents, because my mom wasn't answering because she was on the way to work. And my mom finally answered the phone. They was like, if you couldn't get in contact with nobody, they were gonna put me in handcuffs and send me to juvenile center because I'm gonna want to press charges against me. So then finally my mama answered, and she said, and she had to turn because she was going on the way, and then she had to come back this way to my school, and she had to call her boss to tell her she was gonna be late. She could have got fired. So yeah, and she was very mad. When she finally got to school, her mama had a change of mind because she like once she met my mama, she understood where she was coming from. She didn't want to press charges anymore. So once once all that happened, we talked. I apologized for hitting her daughter and all that. But then again, I felt what I felt, and I was genuinely sorry. But I still felt what I felt. But yeah. So then, wait, did I say? I see. Okay. So then, and then I said, and then it was like, it felt so, I was so nervous because they was telling me the police was going, and then the police, they did come, and they was in the room with me, and they was like, can anybody get into contact, because my daddy is a cop, and he probably could have helped me in that situation, but finally my mom came, we talked and everything, and they asked my mom, should I stay at school or should I should I get sent home early? She was like, no, he don't need to be here for the rest of the day, and she said, I'm gonna take him home. So she took me home. She took me home, and she took my phone, she took everything, and my brother had my phone. He had to leave in order for me to get my phone. Like, nobody can be here. And I looked at my phone, and I had like 8 missed calls from my daddy, my auntie, everybody. Everybody was so worried. Like, I had missed calls from everybody. And I didn't want to call back because I was gonna get in trouble. It was only for emergencies, and I could. So that night, my mama got home, and my favorite ESP text my mom and told me, text my mother, and then she came to my mom and she told me that what the ESP. She showed me what the ESP. He said no. The principal said he will not be able to come back. That was her last straw. She's done. And this is coming from like years ago. Like when I used to get in trouble, she fed up with what I used to do. They was trying to kick me out anyway, and my daddy was not with it when they was first trying to kick me out. They was putting me on this contract, and he was like, "No, next thing he gonna do, they gonna put him out." And he was like, he was not trying to deal with it. And they was lying to him. And finally, they put me out. I had to go back to take back whatever I had from the school. I gave them back their books or whatever that stuff was, and that was just that. I was done. I really didn't even care. I was sad because I wouldn't be with my friends no more. But like, I was done with that school anyway. Like, I needed a fresh start, fresh new. So once I got to, so yeah, I'm still in contact with people from that school. I mean, everybody still, but the principal, yeah, everybody. And I finally got to my new school. I was nervous, but now that I'm at my new school, I feel I'm very comfortable at my new school. Very comfortable. Like, I have friends, it's very good. All the ESPs love. I'm very comfortable. And, yeah. I mean, at this current moment, I do not miss my old school because I'm very happy where I'm at. But if I did get a chance to go back, I probably would. I don't know. Because, but yeah. So, guys, that was this story time. And, yeah. That's it. And I will have more story times coming soon. I will have a very good story time coming soon. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Most wanted squad. Love you guys.